Hello everyone, I am here to perform my digital assignment 3, which is to explain the literature review what we have done in digital assignment 2. First, I have opened my digital assignment 2 what I have submitted in VTalk. It is kindly do a scientific research on your interested topic. The topic I was interested in to design a database management system for online shopping of clothes. System for this is the topic I was interested in. Yeah, it is generally like using more. It promotes more use of our local shops and all, as we have seen in recent times a number of shops ideas and projects have been implemented, and some of them have improvised and improved present online shopping websites. And one of our idea is to implement this heuristic query optimization in our topic. It is which was observed in almost every databases, many database, and that a lot of time is spent to execute inefficient queries. This technique optimizes query processing in a great way, and this project is an attempt to provide advantages of online shopping to a customer of a real shop. Means by this database what I am planning to design is by we can shop by sitting inside the home, where we can shop to the with the real shops. Means if you are in Hyderabad and you want a cloth from Chennai, then you can go to your phone and you can go to any shop in the Chennai by using your phone, and you can see the designs, and by that you can book. If you like it, you can book it. That's the design. That's the plan of this project. Which means it promotes all real shops, not like online shops like we have seen like Mintra, like that. Yeah, it is. They are not stores. They are just online. They are in online. They don't have any showrooms or shop like that. Which But this project is to promote the real shops around us. If you are in Hyderabad, then you want any dress from Hyderabad, means then if the shop is listed in our app, then you can go to our app and you can buy it by like that. And I have inspired from this research paper, like system that can be used in like change our proposed online shopping experience, like by using DBMS. This research has the issue of shopping experiences online. This I have explained this thing in shortly. This paper intends to consider online shopping experience a whole and not just purchase experience. By considering shopping prices online or offline, the appropriate process of commercial website. I have noticed that this research paper main motto is to bring the real shops to home and increase the business as much as they can, and allowing the customers to select a wide range of clothes from different places. And the constraints, the queries used in building the database is very good, which helps for customer for smooth functioning of website. This research, and you can go to this, you can google it, and you can go to this research paper. They have used some good constraints, primary key, foreign key, and all. Very good constraint. Yes, this is a reference. I have explained this in short, so I have to perform all. I have made a small what we call a small like demo project like that. I have made one thing. I will show you. Yeah. I have taken like uh, customer as an entity, and customer entity has an attributes called customer ID, and customer has an email ID, and he has address, password, his first name and last name and mobile number. Customer ID is primary key. Means in our college we used to have our registration number as our primary key. As from that we can get all information. With my registration number they can see my name, my place and all, my phone number and all with my registration name in by using VAT database. And I am using payment also, payments as a entity. Payments as payment ID as an primary key. By primary key we can come to know all other attributes also. By payment ID we can say what type of payment he have did, what are the charges in that payment, what is the final amount of the payment, who is the customer have done this payment, from which card ID. As you know, if you go to any online like Flipkart or Amazon, you have a special card displayed at this top. Now means they will use the option to add to cart for every card we have created an ID here. And dress also I have added as an entity. From dress ID is our primary key. From dress ID we can derive the dress title, means is it a shirt or pant or something, dress price, dress color, dress description, means what type of part made and something will be dress size. From cart, cart has cart ID as a primary key. From cart ID we can share in cart what are the dresses are there and who is the customer handling this cart and what are the items and total cost. And from category ID means we have category like kids category, men's category and all. By category, category ID is the primary key and category title. In this category, in kids category, what are the dress category, it is a foreign key for this category system. I want to say what is a foreign key. Foreign key is nothing but suppose you take this category key. In category key you need to have this category and category ID which are the pure in the table, but dress ID is came from this dress entity, then which is present in here also. You can see dress ID in here, dress entity table attribute, and here also there. So but you have to mention here also for database to function, so that this will be assigned as a foreign key, as we have take it from this, it is a foreign attribute like that. And again I have mentioned this shop as name, as ID, as address, this all I have mentioned you. And ER diagram, how it is linked and all. I have tried, but clarity is not. Yeah, I will explain. It's basically a customer. You have in customer you have these attributes: customer ID, email, and this all. These all attached like this. Customer ID, it is a multi attribute. As you know, email is a multi attribute. We double circulate, and phone number also is multiple attribute. Also this also we have double circulate like that. And this is a customer, and customer has a ID, address, like it's a payment. A customer has to do a payment, and we can get the card by doing the payment. Like, it's not, I think this is good. Based on not ER diagram, we can use this also for to know what was actually happening there. In ER schema, we can see that a customer has customer ID, password, first name, last name, and all, and trust has trust ID, trust title, and what we have discussed above. See, you can see the foreign keys like this. Here, see, in orders we have dress ID. That see, the dress ID is linked to the here in dress also we have dress ID, in orders also we have dress ID, and so the is a foreign key. Foreign is linked in this manner. So you can see how all other things are linked. Now I want to assign some constraints to my attributes, so that it will help. Means if you don't assign constraints, means it will be very difficult for you to function. See, if you see the mobile number data type should be in int, but if it is I have mentioned constants, it is as a unique. But if it is not a unique thing, then everyone if one customer uh, will enter his mobile number as something 11111, and another customer also can enter 111, which is practically impossible. There cannot be a chance two customer number mobile number can be same. So that we use these constants. For email also I am using unique constant. For password also I am using unique constant for better. And first name should not be null. If I am not using any constant here, means if the name can't be simply blank, no, we should for anyone there should be a specific name or something. If there is no constant here, the user may leave while creating account, he may leave his first name as a blank and last name as unique and address as not null, like that. Category also, and primary, sorry, here customer ID is my primary key. From this by basing this I can derive all this, I can show all this. I will show it later. Then category ID as a primary key and category title as not null, and dress ID as my foreign key, and dress data type as varchar 210, means it can have a 10 characters, 10 variable characters in dress ID, means it can use number or characters or both. In varchar 2 means we can use this like this. 10 dress title also, and dress ID is my primary key, and dress title not null, and dress price. See, you can see here dress price should be in it must be in numbers, and you can see the constant here check while dress price is greater than 0. A shop can't enter a dress with price like 0 or -5 like. So I have used this constraint. Dress color, this all normal. Here description I have used, I have given limit up to 50 words like that. In cart, check item of the cart must be in greater than 0, or total cost must be greater than 0, is foreign key, primary key, and customer ID is also foreign key. As cart ID, dress ID, and who is the customer adding this cart, like. In payment ID also, like someday brand, what type of brand you are taking. For each brand you have brand ID, brand title, and it means I am taking a brand called Editas. Editas has in one shop in shop as in my app as Editas ID as a brand B1. Then brand title would be Editas, and in Editas there will be so many dress IDs like pant, shirt, like etc. In shop I also has shop name, shop ID, shop address, shop email, and shop ID is my primary key. Orders, order ID, and order from table means from who is the customer, from which shop he was ordering, that is order from table. Now we can go to implementation. See, I am creating a customer table in the sense you have the customer ID, password, first name, last name, this mobile address, email. What is the constant? Here all the you can define the constant just after entering the data type, like uh, here see customer where cat and password is should not be null, not null. Last name, some person have null and some don't. And mobile not null, address and email not null. See here constant primary key should be my customer ID. See here my customer ID is the primary key. If you again click like this customer, it will give the description of the table called customer. See what's my field and type, and what are null and what are not null, what is the primary key, what are the keys involved. Like that. See I have entered some name randomly, like this customer C1, and he was having password 123, first name Narasimha, next name Raju, and his phone number, his address, something I have entered, and this is his Gmail ID, like that I have entered. If you click the select, I have entered up to 3 customers, and if you click select star from customer, then you will get all the customer details like this in your database. Yes, same like in category also. I am building everything like this. Cat little dress. You can see everything. Just these constants I have explained here. Just using this and data type and attribute, you can create table very easily, and you can see here shown address. See in dress ID, I have understood dress ID D1. Dress ID, it is a shirt, dress price 100, dress color yellow, dress description good silky shirt, and dress size small s, like that. These are the constant. This in cart table, cart ID, items, total cost, customer ID, dress ID, in payment ID, what are the attributes, what are the data types, and is it null or not null, what are the keys. Here MUL means it is a foreign key. See as customer ID, cart ID or the foreign ID. This is a payment ID is the primary key for the table payment, and added these things. See here payment ID, his charge is 1 rupee, payment time is cash on delivery COD, final amount 101, customer C1, cart ID cart 1, like that. Here order, order form, it is brand ID, brand title, test ID. Here see you can see brand is P1, brand title name cool, dress ID T1, shop table, shop name is here, shop ID is S1, address is this, shop email. Now we can discuss about the normalization. No normalization. See, a customer has these many attributes, and functional dependencies are like this. As from customer, we can derive first name, last name, address, email, and password and mobile. But we have another thing, right? From email ID also we can derive the customer ID as for the unique thing I have considered. And this customer ID, see these are the data I have entered, and I'm going to insert and See, you have see the customer C6, you have the two emails ID. What is one and a first normal form means everything should be unique, like has here you can see as Ram has two emails and Arup has two emails. We have to split like this. You see C6 C6 Arup, we have to repeat with the email and all. And after repeating in second NF 2NF form, we have to do the decomposition part. Means as all the elements are not only dependent on the customer ID, from email ID also we can derive the customer ID. So we have to create two tables, for one for customer and another for email. See, one customer table have been divided into these two parts, and it satisfies 3NF and BCNF, as nothing is there like x tends to y tends to y tends to z, and so x tends to z, but anything is not like these all are dependent on customer, and this customer ID can be derived by using email ID. It is in 3NF and it is also in BCNF also. There are no super keys like that. In category, we have category ID, category title and dress ID. The above table is not in 1NF because email ID have multiple values per normalization. Into 1NF we make a separate record for every multiple attribute. See, from category ID we can derive category title. From dress ID also we can derive what is the category. Means if you're picking one dress, by from the dress we can know what is the category. Means is this dress is for men or women category or kids category, like that. So here see, functional dependence is got split. So we have splitting the table according to this functional dependencies in 2NF. In 1NF what we have to do is, see here C5 customer C5 cat ID has defined D6 two dresses, so we have to split it like that. See, C5 is written 210 and category 2, and it's not in, it is also in 3NF. Nothing such like things are there here. And BCNF there no super key, so it is already in BCNF key. So in dress, these are the values I have in interest inserted. See, you can see that all this dress title is dependent on dress ID. From dress ID we can derive dress color, from dress ID we can derive dress description, we can derive dress price, and from dress ID we can derive dress size also. So there is no problem in that. The table is not going to split. This is in all 1NF, 2NF, 3NF and also in BCNF. In cart ID, see in cart ID we have seen the cart ID can determine dress ID, and it can determine items, it can determine total cost, it can determine the customer ID also. But in cart we have cart ID, items and total cost and customer ID. But by using cart ID we can determine the dress in cart, what type of dress he was selecting, like that. So I have created another table like dresses in cart, like that. And it was obeying 3NF BCNF rule. Nothing such this kind of rules have existed, as extends y tends to z, so x tends to z. These are not there in that. All are this all are completely, these three columns are completely dependent on this. Nothing interdependencies are there. And next is payment. See, in this example what I have entered there, and it satisfies all 1 2 3 4 and NF. Brand ID also same. Brand ID, you have brand ID and trust ID, but we can derive, I think, yes. See, by brand ID we can derive brand title. By trust ID also we can derive brand ID. So see, you can see two tables have splitted. It means we are getting more tables getting generated. See, in shop also like that. By shop email we can derive shop ID. What we have seen in the first case, like, see, one table splitted to two, an order ID, order from customer ID to shop ID. See, here we can see that there is two customers ordering from same shop. Then we divide it like this to obey 1NF rule, and we have to create tables. The new tables also generated now, so we have to create that in SQL. So after that, now I am going to the main part called implementation part. Like, we are executing query. If you want to find the details of the shop, then you just click select star from shop, then you will get, see, shop ID, shop name, shop address. See, S1 is the shop ID, A is the shop name, and S address is DF something. See, if I want to find the last name of the customer, whose, sorry, WH was whose mobile number is this. See, then we have to click this select last name from customer where mobile is equal to 85005717. Then we will get the last name and find the customer ID with the number of items ordered. Select the customer ID from cart where items is equal to 3, who selected 3 items. Then we will get the list of the customer who selected 3 items. See, the customer ID C3 selected 3 items. Let us see who is the C3. C3 is Sai Karthik. He is the customer who selected the 3 items. That's how we can derive. Find the cart ID of the customer C1. Then click this and we will get cart 1. And select the last name from mobile number we have done. And get the total number of items. Select count from the cart where less than 3. Means how many carts are there with less than 3 items? There are 2 carts, it seems. Count from the customer where address is equal to Hyderabad. There is one customer in Hyderabad. Select cart ID from category where category title may be men's or category title may be Punjabi. C4 is ordering this or this. Select upper of last name. It turns all the last name of the customer in the database from lowercase to uppercase. This all sign value of mobile something. Display the length of first name of customer. See, select first name and length of first name has length from customer. You will get the first name and length. Anup has 4 letters, Narasimha has 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Find the address where customer ID is C5. Find the customer address whose ID is C5. See, I am seeing and is getting Hyderabad. Select first name, mobile, and getting first name and mobile. And just customer ID C1, getting first name of customer ID C1. Next, we can go with the join operators like first name of customer who makes order. Select, then we'll click this select first name from customer, full outer join order on customer means we will get the all names of customer by using this full outer join, and inner join means first name of order ID. Those who make order we will get the first name. It is inner join. Inner join means who makes order we will get the first name. But in this case we will get the first name who made order, and here we will get those who's got order ID. We will get this first name. It is inner join and it is outer. And first, another example, find the first name and the last name of customer by payment ID. From payment ID I am deriving his first name and last name. As you can see, here's his payment. See, payment ID is connected to customer ID, which is a foreign key for payment ID for payment. And customer ID has his first name, last name, address, password and mobile. See, from customer ID we can derive this and this. You can see the use of foreign key now. See, select the payment from payment ID and customer first name and customer last name from payment inner join customer on customer ID equal to customer ID. Then we will get from this payment table we are deriving the first name and last name of the customer. In outer join also we are finding the first name and last name by using orders. See, in order who are the customer making order, and we can derive this mobile address also, mobile and address of the customer who have done payment. By using payment table we are deriving this. And left join means if he has name like first name, then only if you have done only then only we will get or we will get. If he done payment or nothing, then also not done also we will get his name. And if he done order means then we will get this orders. Otherwise it will be blank but name will be present, that is left. But in right join means we will get the orders and order. If he have name means then we will get the name, otherwise we will get his blank. See, in left join means this all should be present, right join means this all should be present. See, in left join this all should be present, then this order ID may be or may not be. But I have created constants to avoid this all. See, first Cartesian problem is it maps everything. See, C6 maps to P1, P2, P3, P4, P6, P7, and C1 maps to everything. Everything maps everything. That is the Cartesian problem. And these are the important. We have come to the important topic like query execution is an important topic we have to do. So now I am creating a code like that. If I enter just the customer ID, if I click this C1, then I will get his name, last number, mobile number, password and all. And this is the code of it. See, customer name is ID type, mobile percentage type, begin. See, here I entered C1. Select customer, get his first name, last name, mobile, password into his first name, and where the customer ID is C1. See, DBMS in output we will look customer ID is equal to C1, customer name equal to Nasimha, here Raju and his phone number and his password, like this. And you can enter you can insert like this also, insert into customer values by using PLSQL programs, but you can insert normally as I have shown earlier. Yeah, just inserting values, new customers. To create a function customer, to find customer ID in the given address, use the address name as input parameter. See, by clicking, see here I have address as Dubai, means from Dubai, who was ordering from address Dubai, we will get how many members are there. See, I want to discover. See, there are number of customers from Dubai is 5. This is the code. I will explain you. See, select count address. The customer address is called address. Let me see into okay. Address Dubai. Saying count address. This help us to count how many are there. See, that what we are assigning here. And these are the cursors. And to write a cursor to give 5% additional discount to all payment, means those who have done more than 101 rupees, then they will get 5%. That is the program. This is the program for it. You can see by executing this program here. So he just spent 101, but our program is more than 101. These are more than 101, and we can see the discount coupon 5%, discount coupon 5%, discount coupon 5%. If the amount is greater than 10, then update payment set discount is equal to discount plus 5. To get the customer ID and name of the customer from the table using implicit cursor and using row count. See, you are getting the name of the customer ID and customer name. Using being exit using the fetch. Okay, here you enter the row count is greater than 5 or the cursor is not found, and enter the loop and exit when cursor is greater than 5, means it has to maximum, it has to display only 5 users in the total database. If it crosses the 5 users, then it will end the loop and it will force the customer, means it will show the first 5 customer IDs and customer names only. If you want all the thing, then you can click the select star from customer, that, or you can use this SQL query like, but that select star from customer gives all the table. This is a bit complex. And functions, write a SQL code to adjust the payment type of order to cash if the payment ID and amount get as input. Here we can see the payment ID. Here it is credit card and it is changed to cash. As you can see, if you enter I want to change this payment transaction mode for the P2, for payment transaction P2, and what is final amount is 202. I want to change this to cash. So then I have to write this code, and I have to click execute payment for P2, who is 202 amount. Then it will change this P2 to cash. Before it was in credit card mode. This is the code, simple easy code. That's it. I hope you understand all. I have used only, I have inserted only small values. If it is big values, means it will look even more bigger and you would be very confused. So I have used nearly like 5 to 6 customers. I only inserted, and this is all the software. But software is almost I have done everything, and uh, just a front end only. We need just it takes just 1 or 2 pages of code, but I haven't done it. I am going to do web development in next semester, so that I can do that also. But I think this enough for detailed assignment 3. Thank you for, if you have any queries, comment on. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.